everyone, and welcome back. This is going to be a pregnancy flow and release session where we're going to find some extension through the body. It should feel really nourishing, and it's something that is very safe to do through all of your trimesters. So we're first of all going to start in a kneeling position. We're going to go to chest expansion first. So you just want to bring your bottom to your heels and just feel nice and comfortable. And yeah, maybe do a little wiggle like this. That just felt good to do then. So you might want to just place your hands on top of the knees or the thighs and then just roll the spine around to release. And then maybe change direction, rolling and releasing. So not being too strict about where things should be, where you should be going with this rolling, spiraling exercise, just getting some movement through that back. And then just find a centered position between all of that. And we want to just raise those shoulders up towards the ears, inhale, and sigh out as you allow those shoulders just to drop down. So it's an inhale up and a sigh out down. Just continue doing a few more of those. Inhale and inhale and one more. Inhale and from there we're just going to take the hands behind the head, and I want you to take it into just a sort of spiral twist to one side, just going as far as it feels comfortable. So not really not pushing yourself too much that it feels painful, but just getting a bit of a stretch through the side, through that inner part of the body, just working its way up through the thoracic, through the upper spine, and then drawing back to center. So just again, rolling, spiraling round, and the breath can just be wherever it feels right for you. You might want to exhale as you twist into it. Inhale to center, exhale as you twist. Good, and then back to center to finish. Let's reach both arms up towards the ceiling, take them back around, big arm circles. And as the hands come past the knees, bring those hips up, arms back, and then inhale, reach. Exhale, open, inhale, reach, exhale, open. One more, inhale, reach. And exhale, open. Let's take it to chest expansion from here. So if you bring the elbows together, palms together, take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to open those elbows up and just look up towards the sky, stretch and extend through the spine. Inhale, everything comes back to its neutral position. And when I say neutral, it's just back to that comfortable position where we started. Exhale, open and grow and expand. It's like you're squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. And then inhale back, and open, and back. And if this feels too uncomfortable in the knees, you can always do chest extension down. And one more. And in fact, I can begin to feel it here through my arms. They're getting some work. Now reach those arms up towards the ceiling, circle them back behind you, and just find yourself now into a 4-point kneeling position. So for this position, I want to just take the knees a little bit wider and take the hands a bit wider too. So not directly underneath the shoulders, everything's quite wide, just to give you as much space as possible to move. We want to think about space and flowing movement in this session. So bring in that snake move, just rolling from side to side, just moving those hips and just letting the head and the upper body react. And we're just taking that baby weight off the spine. Lovely. And then we want to take it into those big nourishing circles. So we're just going to take the body over to the left, down past the heels, over to the right, past the wrists, forwards of the wrists, and take it back again. So it's like you're trying to do a really big circle with the nose. We're coming all the way down and all the way up. Close your eyes here if this feels good, and just enjoy that flowing. Take it through the other way, so changing direction, again releasing and opening, just go for one more of those circles. Good. And then from there, we're just going to bring those knees in a little bit closer and go into some stretching. I want you to try and take the right foot forwards, and it's close to your right hand. And from here, we're going to take that foot just a little bit further out. Normally we'd have it quite square, but to allow space for bump, we want to take that foot just out to the side. I want you to hinge forwards now, placing your hands on that right knee, and then hinging back, and you'll get that length now through that right side. You can see the toes are going up towards the ceiling. So we lean in, and then we hinge back, and you get that nice deep stretch. So with the hands, you can keep them there, or you might want to just take them wide, or you might want to be holding onto a chair or a table or something just to manage that balance through the body. So with that growing bump, it does affect our balance, and what might feel okay one week will shift the next week. So it's just about listening in, tuning in, what does your body need to access these movements and get that full range. Good. Now, the next time we go back, hold it here. We've got the bump facing through the middle. We're just going to take those fingertips down to the mat. Maybe just drop the head and just get that lovely deep stretch through the back of the leg, through the calf, toes pointing up. Take a breather. Good. And then from there, just lean forwards, take that right knee back to meet the left. Before we do the other side, let's just come into center, and we're going to ripple forwards, drop the tailbone down, lift the head, neck and spine up. Oh, this is just, I love this. And then we take the body back. The bottom comes back towards the heels. And for pregnancy, you want to have the knees quite wide in your child pose, so you've got space for that bump. And then travel it forwards, the shoulders come over the wrists, and at that point we drop the tailbone down, we lift and we come up, and enjoy that opening through the body. And take it back. Now you might find as you get towards the end of that third trimester that coming down to this point, dropping that tailbone, just doesn't feel right for whatever reason, just doesn't feel comfortable. So just don't go down as low, maybe just drop about halfway, but do try and get that lift through the head, neck and shoulders so we can get a bit of extension work. Good. And just make that your last one. Come back to that 4-point kneeling, and here we're going to take the left foot forwards now. So bring that left foot forwards round as far as you can. Okay, take it quite close to the edge of the mat so you've got space for bump, and we're just going to hinge forwards and back. And I'm going to take my hands to that knee. I find that quite a comfortable position to rest. As you take the body back, allow the toes to come up. So toes down to hinge forwards, toes up to hinge back. Just helps you follow that sequence and that flow nicely. Good. So and keep it nice and flowing. You might want to add some breath here, so maybe inhale back, exhale as you hinge forwards. And then hold it back here. This is when we want to go into this leg stretch. So just bringing the chest forwards down towards the mat. You might want to place your fingers down. We're all at different flexibility levels. You might want to go down deeper. So just whatever feels okay for you. Holding into that stretch. Good. And then bring it forwards, take the hands down and take that left knee back to meet the right. And then from here, I want you to come down onto your elbows, bring them quite centered. And then bottom is just above the knees. And from here, we're just going to reach those fingers away. And then while we're stretching, you can rest that forehead down, opening up through the armpits. Breathing in nice and wide. Exhale. From there, just walk those hands back until the elbows are underneath the shoulders, roughly where we started, quite close in. And here we can do another shifting movement. So as we come forwards, we can lengthen that right leg away. As we come back, we can bring that right knee in. Lengthen forward to reach the left toe, and then in. And let's do one more each side, just to engage with a bit of upper body strength, not too much, but just so we know that it's there. Good. And then from there, let's just come up. We're going to take it into a pigeon pose stretch. So what you'll do is you'll bring your right leg forwards underneath, and the left leg will reach back behind you. Just checking my microphone is not covered up by my top. So we're here now in this nice deep pigeon pose stretch. The right leg is folded underneath, left leg behind. I'm going to look up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take my fingertips down onto the mat, and I'm just lengthening and growing through the crown of the head, opening up through that chest. And if this just feels a little bit too intense for you, you can just drop the head down. And maybe you want to come onto this next, just rest the head. Ooh, and maybe you want to shift from side to side. I often see clients just go into this naturally. The body just feels like it wants to flow from side to side without even telling them. So do add this in if that feels good for you. And this just opens up through the hips and just gives some nice release work around that pelvis. Good. And then just come up onto the hands again, looking up one last time into that stretch. And if you want to, you can always bring that left foot in and hold onto it with your left hand. And again, that just gives you a bit of stretch through the quads, that area, bit of extra if you want it. So releasing that foot, taking that left hand down. Again, let's push that right knee back to meet the left. So we're back into that 4-point kneeling. We're just going to curve the spine into that cat. Stretch, 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 stretch. And then release head and tailbone, come up. From there, just press up down the chest and reach the body up and open the hands up towards the ceiling. Now I want you to take the right hand back, left arm goes forwards as you spiral and twist and open, and look down at that right hand, look towards that thumb. That will just encourage the spine to twist further. Come back to center of both arms and hands, come up towards the ceiling. We open, the left arm goes back. And now I'm looking behind my shoulder at that left thumb. Good, up to center, we'll do one more each side. Open, exhale as you open. And then inhale, bring it up. And exhale as you open. Inhale, bring it up. Lovely, bring those arms down. Now we want to take that left leg forwards and under into that pigeon pose stretch. So just reaching that right leg back behind you, just getting comfortable. Again, I just feel like I want to just wiggle from side to side here. Do that if that feels good. Maybe nod the chin, maybe look up. And then, or if you want to, you can just sort of hold that static pose. Just shining that heart center up. It's just so opening. It just feels so lovely when you're pregnant to open up that body in that way. Take some deep breaths. And then you might want to fold forwards from here, coming onto the elbows, resting the head down. And again, you might want to shift from side to side through those hips. Lovely. And then from there, maybe just walking back up onto the hands again, looking up and opening. Head roll might feel nice. It really is about tuning into your body and just adding some little extras along the way. And then we're going to take that left knee back to meet the right. And then just return the bottom onto the heels. And let's take the arms up towards the ceiling here. I'm going to take my right hand and wrap it around my left wrist. And I'm going to take the body over to the right. And we're going to go both ways. Over to the right first, and then I'm going to release and go over to the left. And I've got that beautiful lateral flexion going on through the body. It feels just a dream. back to center, release those arms, and this time I'm going to take them up, and now my left hand is going to take hold of my right wrist, and I'm going to go to the left side first. I'm just sort of pulling that kind of shoulder out and away. Oh my goodness, so nice. Through the center, and then over to the right. And release those hands. And I just want to add in Mermaid Stretch here. We're going to bring the left leg in front and the right leg behind the body. This is such a nice one to do in pregnancy. And you'll probably see it come up a few times in my classes. It's a way to get that lovely lateral flexion. We're just going to place the left hand down, going over to that left side, arm coming up and over, and just sort of springing the body up and over to the other way. And it's like you're just making a big rainbow shape with the hands. So just softly landing down, bending that elbow. Imagining you are between two sort of walls, two panes of glass, and you're just moving and flowing between them both. And that will just make you think about keeping the length and the body nice and upright as you move. Good, and then let's swap over to the other side once you've done a few there. So just taking those legs in front of you, simply taking them right over. Again, we've got that right leg in front, the left leg is behind. And what I didn't say on the other side is trying to keep both hip bones down, both sit bones down as you roll from side to side. Now, it'll just give you a bit more of a stretch. So those oppositions you're trying to find. So I've got the left hand going over and I'm trying to push I've got the left arm going over and I'm trying to push my left sit bones down. Oh dear. And same on the other side. So as my right arm goes over, I'm trying to push my right sit bones down. Good. And then we want to just bring those legs in front of the body, maybe into a long frog position. Take the hands behind you. We come sideways so you can see what I mean. Take the hands behind you and just push up and open. Oi, oi, oi. So nice. And then release. Take an inhale. Exhale, push up. And release. Lovely. Just cross the legs and we are there. We're going to just take a little breath to finish, to really calm the nervous system down, discharge any kind of racing energy. Let's just take one hand on the heart, the other hand on baby. Inhale, allow the baby to drop into the hand, expand. Exhale, hug the baby in and towards the body. Inhale, air goes down. Exhale, bring the baby in. Or just find your regular breath here. It's okay, no problem. And just take in that affirmation of just knowing that your body and your baby know exactly what to do. And it's just handing over that control and being confident that that is the case and you have absolutely got this. Well done, and I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.